Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sherry and I go by Ladyfish Loot on YouTube, Facebook, and eBay. I did a short, I guess they call it a YouTube short yesterday, or maybe it was 2 days ago, on 4 items that I found quickly at a thrift store when I was out running errands. Came across these 4 really cute items. But a short is limited to 3 minutes, at least that's my understanding, and I couldn't get everything in that I wanted to say, so I probably won't ever be doing a short again on things I find at a thrift store because I want to spend a little more time with you explaining the reason I bought the item or just giving you more information about the item. So I'm going to just kind of do a redo. This is just going to be a regular long form video. And I'm going to go over those 4 items that I did yesterday, as well as a few things I found today, again, very quickly, running into the store. I seem to always have a million things to do every day, aside from listing, shipping, doing research, etc. But you know, gotta get groceries, gotta do things like that. So this is where I spend my time, extra time, little bit of time I have running into stores. So we're going to start with the very first thing is going to be this teapot, and it is De Ruta. I've got my notes. It's De Ruta Raffaellesco. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but it is beautiful Italian pottery, and that Raffaellesco is the dragon that they are referring to, and that gives the end user good luck, prosperity, and it was also believed back in the day it meant fair winds for sailors, because as you can see, the wind is blowing out of the dragon's mouth, and that was him providing wind to sails when there was no wind. So that is this really pretty teapot. The dragon is on both sides, and I like this little detail right here for the spout, this little twisty. I don't know if you can pick that up very well, but it's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And I spent $3.59 on this, and I am going to ask, I'm going to say $30 to $35. All of this stuff, I haven't done the research yet, so except for 1 item. So these are guesses right now. I don't know what I'm going to end up listing them for, but all of my listings always have a best offer. So 30, 35 plus best offer. The next item was this ball of yarn, or several balls of yarn, birdhouse. And I thought this was really cute for the person who is a sewer or someone who does crocheting, I guess crocheting, knitting, especially since they are balls of yarn. Has a cute little pair of scissors in there. But it's a birdhouse. And it's from Joann Fabrics, still new with tags, or still has original tags. I can't not list it as new. I'll have to list it as a used item. But what's really cool about it, it has this little stopper on the bottom. So you can actually pull this out. I'm not going to do it right now, but it's rubber, pulls out very easily, and you can clean the inside. So I thought this would be really cute for a Christmas gift, birthday gift, but I've always done very well with anything that has to do with sewing, quilting, crocheting, knitting. So I feel like this little guy's going to go. Again, I paid $3.59 for this item, and I'm going to ask $30 or best offer. The next item that I found was this Inesco Rudolph, Santa and Rudolph. I actually have the figurine out. I didn't do it in my short because I didn't have time. Or, okay, I'm not going to blame it on the short. I'm going to blame it on myself. I just forgot to remove it from the box. But anyway, this is the little figurine, and it is Santa with Rudolph. It is so cute. Boy, my light seems to want to go weird, but anyway. Santa with Rudolph, very nice. Well, okay, first of all, this is an Inesco item, so, you know, they're wonderful with resin. They always have quality pieces, very good detail, and this is the box. It comes with the original box, and of course, it says Inesco. And as I mentioned in my short, I'll give you a little bit of background on myself right now. Anytime I find anything Inesco, I'm always going to buy it. because Enesco is a company I hold very near and dear to my heart. I worked for Enesco as a sales rep in the 90s up until 2004 when I moved to Arizona. My territory it began as Northeast Indiana, and I had the design giftware side of it, which was the Precious Moments. So you can imagine in the 90s what that was like. It was just an amazing time to work for that company. And then as the years went on and the collectible industry started to slow down, they increased the territory. I had all of northern Indiana then, and I had all of the Enesco lines, including Cherished Teddies, etc. The Jim Shore line was one of mine to begin with anyway, but I took on Cherished Teddies, Mary's Moo Moos, Calico Kittens, all of those. The list just goes on and on with Enesco. I mean, it was just a marvelous company for gifts and collectibles, and that is where I am grounded. That's my love. That's my wheelhouse. I love gifts and collectibles. So you're going to see a lot of that in my store. But anyway, enough about me. That's just a little backstory on me. Enesco, I will always buy. It was a absolutely wonderful time in my life. Okay, so that was that. Paid $3.59, and I'm gonna ask $30 our best offer for this sweet little guy. Okay, the next item was this Brambly hedge. It says Charpent on the bottom. Here, I'll show you the mark. Charpent Brambly hedge, and then it has the artist's name. It's Jill something, I don't remember right now. Well, I guess I can look at it. Jill Barkham, I think is how you pronounce it. But anyway, they're stating this is Charpent, but then I've also, this is the one piece I did some research on, it shows that it was an Enesco item. And then also Border Fine Arts. And if I remember correctly, again, when I worked for that company, I feel like we bought out Border Fine Arts. And it became Enesco, under Enesco's umbrella. So I don't know, that kind of all ties together that this could possibly be an Enesco piece. But I'm not quite sure, so I don't know how I'm going to list this yet. But the good news is there's currently 4 listed, and they're all over $100. I'm going to say I think one is $150, actually $160, $180. There's one from England that they're asking almost $500 for. I don't think they're going to get that. But, and then there was another one. So, they're listed very highly. 4 listed, 4 has sold. The highest one that sold was $190. But when I did my product research on Terapeak, it's called product research now. Sorry, I keep going back to it used to be Terapeak. They showed 9 had sold, and that the average, and that's over 2 years. That's how far Terapeak goes back. So 9 had sold with an average price of $70.33. So I don't know what I'm going to ask for mine, because it does have one small flaw. This little piece has been broken off, and that is supposed to be a green bottle that, is going to stand up. So I don't know. I don't have the original box. It does have a little bit of damage. I think I'm going to list it for $100 with best offer and take it from there. Yeah, I feel like it'll definitely sell even with that little bit of damage. I have sold some items. I don't normally pick up things with damage, but in this case, I definitely picked this up because the damage was so minute. The next thing I bought, okay, those were the 4 that were in my video, my short yesterday on YouTube. So this is just, I did a real quick run into a thrift store today, and I picked up, well, it was a bag of items. I'm going to show you those in a minute. This little guy is a Department 56 Santa Claus ornament. Listen, this is nothing great. I paid 50 cents for him. If I'm lucky, I'll probably get $10 for him plus shipping. So he's not great, but I never can pass up Department 56, especially when it has the original tag. So, and I love these little faces sticking out of this, I hope it comes in, of the Santa's pack. There's a little family. I don't know why they're sitting there. Actually, it's a little creepy when you think about it, but it appealed to me, so I picked it up. I think I mentioned it was 50 cents, yeah. I already have this listed. I listed this today. It was a really cute, look at this face, a little chicken hen wind chime. And he's got legs that make the noise. And he's got the 2 beads there. But I couldn't pass this guy up. He was $1. He's metal. You know, he does show some wear. He has a little bit of, chip paint, a little bit of minor rust. Yeah, I don't see much wrong with this guy. Look, it makes it more weathered and more fun in my opinion. It's great farmhouse decor. So I got him listed currently for $19.99 in my store, and with shipping, because I charge for shipping for everything in my store. And then the last thing, this was kind of cool. It was a bag, okay, and the bag was $3.99, and in it was all of these, I'm going to butcher this name, I'm going to spell it for you first, Schleich, so it's a German company, so Schleich, horses, I think they're known for their horses. This one had a bag of horses, it had an Indian, well, let me just show them to you. Okay, so it had okay, I got it right here. It had the Sioux chief on a horse. So I've got this guy. Okay. Then it had the Sioux archer on his knees. Turn around this way so you can see that. And by the way, these are all pieces from the early 2000s, so they are vintage and they are all retired. There were 2 of these mares, a Haflinger mare, and a Shetland pony mare. So I'm probably going to sell these as a set. I'm thinking, yeah, I'll probably sell those as a set. I'll probably also sell the Sioux chief and the Sioux archer as a set. I think that would be nice to sell together. This guy's actually pretty good. He goes for around $30. This guy only goes for like around, I'm going to guess 15, I think. Oh yeah, so I guess I did research on two items. This was the other thing. My phone keeps dinging. I'm sorry, you guys. I did a little research on this guy and the archer. And I remember this guy went for like around, I'm going to say $30, and I think he went for like for 15 or 20. So I'll lot these together. And then I got these little foals. These were not great, but I didn't pay much for them either. These pretty little foals. And the last thing I got, which I think is really kind of funny, it's called a Husky Playful Pup. Get that face. And he sits on his back. And this guy sells for around $20. This little bitty piece. Yeah. So these were all in a bag. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces in a bag. The bag was $3.99. So that equated to about 57 cents each. That was a good pickup. It's going to be 1, 2, it's going to be 3 or 4 listings. And I should do okay with that. And I think that was all. Also in that bag was some little flocked mini bunnies, and it also had this little bearskin rug for like a dollhouse or a miniature, So I'll probably end up selling that too, because I thought that was kind of fun to put in a miniature dollhouse. So anyway, that's all I have for that. I just wanted to do a nice quick little video on my haul for the last couple of days, you would call it, because each day I ran in to the thrift stores really quickly. I guess that's it. So anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate you spending this time with me, and I'll catch you on the next one. Oh, and if you wouldn't mind, if you would like and subscribe, I would appreciate it because it helps me to grow my channel. All right, see you on the next one. Bye-bye.